Where have you been? 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 Where have you been?
Hey Nesties, it's Anya, your empty nesty bestie. And let me just tell you, I already know. I have not seen your faces. You have not seen my face. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. So we're gonna do a quick catch up today. I'm gonna tell you what's been going on in my empty nest. And yeah, I'll tell you what's been going on. It's been a lot. I think the last time I talked to y'all was right before the hurricane. Right before Hurricane Beryl hit. It was like the day before Hurricane Beryl hit, and it was crazy. But everything at this nest was completely fine. So I'm grateful for that. And, you know, there's since been other hurricanes that have been a lot more damaging, maybe I could say. I don't know. I just know that a lot of people have been in the danger zone of these hurricanes. And so I hope that if you are a person who has been affected, that everything with you and your family and your home is okay. We're doing okay over here. So I want to do a catch-up video, but before I do, there is some business I want to tend to, some very serious business, okay? It is October. We are, I want to say 14 days away from the election. I'm not about to count it out, but today is October. I'm looking at my calendar. I have no idea what today's date is. Today is October 22nd, okay? Today is October 22nd. And if you are in Texas, okay, if you're in Texas, early voting has started. I live in Texas. And also in Colorado. I know that Colorado, there's early voting in Colorado. I only know this because my son is in college in Colorado. And so, you know, I was like, listen, play around any other election, interested, not interested, whatever, but we don't have time to play, okay? So I went today. I actually went yesterday, which was the first day of early voting in Texas. I went after work. I thought that it was going to be, you know, a real quick walk in, do my little do on the machine. But no, child. Let me tell you. So for those of you who don't know, Harris County is the county that Houston sits in. So Harris County is the largest county in Texas. Harris County typically is a blue county. It votes blue all the time. The issue is that even though I'm not in Harris County anymore, but I've lived in Harris County for the last 18 years. I just moved to Montgomery County. But Harris County, while it is the largest county in Texas, it has one of the lower rates of voter turnout in Texas. And so normally what I am used to for early voting is that like there are early voting polls all over the county in Texas. Like it is in Harris County. It is almost like the McDonald's. Like every other corner, you'll see all the flags, all the banners, all the things. During early voting, you can go into any site, any voting poll that is in your county. And so all the years that I voted, before, I always did early voting. I always did early voting on the first or second day of early voting because you can just walk in to anyone, okay? I'm pulling out of Walmart. I see the folks across the street with all their banners and their flags. I'm like, let me just go on in there, do what I need to do. I'm driving home from work and I see the community center that's right there by the house, and I just pull in right there and vote. And it was always like a nothing, 1, 2, 3, walk in the building, show them my ID, verify all the information, do on the machine, and my vote is casted. Well, I live in Montgomery County now. And Montgomery County does not have as many poll places as Harris County has. So that was the first thing. I was like, first of all, like where, right? And the closest one to me is actually just right down the road. I think it's like a 10-minute drive from my door to the parking lot of that poll site. But then all of the other polls, all of the other places where you can do early voting in Montgomery County are further away from my house. And let me tell you, I've been working from home, okay? So I don't like getting in that car and going too far. That's just the truth of the matter. So the first thing was like, where is right by the house? Boom, I have one right by the house. And the others are like 7+ miles away. And I just, no, I don't need to go to any of the places. And then they're like, not even like on the way into Houston, right? Like if I were like, oh, I want to go to the Trader Joe's in Houston, I'll just stop by a voting poll on my way. No, they're all like out in the country, boonies, all of that, right? So anyhow, I got to the poll yesterday. I got off work. I think I left a little bit early. I was like, okay, let me go. Child, when I tell you, that line was so long. But not only was it so long, I'd gotten the times mixed up. The first week of early voting, it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The second week of early voting, it's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And 6 p.m. is what was in my head yesterday for the first day. And so I pulled up like 2 minutes till 5, saw that really long line, but I was like, well, I saw that they were, still letting people get in the line. So parked my car, got out. The lady was like, you better hurry. You only have 1 minute. We can't let you in the line once it turns 5 o'clock. And I'm not going to tell you I ran. Because I didn't. I like sped up a little bit, okay? But then by the time I got over there, it was after 5 o'clock, like by seconds. And Mr. Man was like, sorry, can't let you in the line, whatever. A little lady came and she was like, are you sure? Because he should still. I was like, it's all good. I'll come back tomorrow. I'm not going to worry about it. I know this vote's going to get casted, right? So anyhow, I went back today after work. I left earlier and I was in line for a while. I think I was in line for either just under or just over an hour. And then, once you're in there, it's nothing to cast your vote. So let's have a very quick conversation about we're not playing games this election, okay? Because here's the thing. This is the thing that, it's always around election time, presidential elections. People want to start getting all about, other parties and the two-party system doesn't work and who's going to. If this were any other election prior to 2016, I would hear you out. I would hear you out. And I would even say, look, vote for whoever you feel like you need to vote for. It's none of our business who you vote for. Do what you feel is right in your heart. We need to do what's right for the country. Harris, Walls, let's win this. We can't play around. The other person is dangerous. The other person is dangerous. And if you didn't see that in the first presidency and what happened right after the Biden was elected with the January 6th, listen, I really don't even want to talk about this for very long. I just really need y'all to understand that this is a viable candidate for president of the United States of America. What we cannot afford to have is a president who is a documented treasonist. We cannot have a president who continues to spew hateful rhetoric and rile up a base of just hate. We can't afford to have a president who doesn't pay his taxes. I mean, how un-American. Like, just how un-American. We can't afford a 34-time convicted or a president with a record of 34 convictions. I really still don't understand how, if someone is convicted of a felony, they cannot vote for a president. But if they're convicted of 34 felonies, they can run for president. I get it. I really do. I really do understand that if you are tired of the system, tired of the games, tired of the, people promising things and we don't see the promises, I hear you and I understand. The thing is, that other person wants to be a dictator and has said that he will be a dictator and has the people around him who are urging all of this on for him to do that, okay? The Project 2025, stripping rights away from everybody, okay? Hide your kids, hide your wife. They've taken all the rights away. We cannot afford. So this is me doing my part in, because this is all I'm going to do, honey. I'm not out. No more pounding pavement. I'm not calling nobody on no phone banks. I've done those things in the past. I will not do them this time. But what I will do is share with people that I meet, and I will share on my social medias from now until Election Day. And so Harris for president because she is the most viable, the most eligible, the most qualified person to sit in that seat, to be the most powerful person in the land. And here's another thing, let me tell you something, because I grew up in the military, I served in the military, and so, how do I say this? Let me just say it like this. I was about to start throwing speculations and stuff. I'm not trying to do all that. But what I do want to share is that when top military leadership who are saying that they've worked with the former president, and that the last thing this nation needs in terms of safety, like homeland security, when the top generals in all of the military forces are saying, no, no, no. Okay? So here's the thing. We can't sit this one out. We can't sit this one out. I really hope that you are registered to vote. And if you are registered to vote, make your way. Someday between now and November 5th, the polls are even going to be open on Saturday and Sunday. Okay? So, get up, go take the dogs for a walk, take the kids to the playground, go do your grocery shopping, go to yoga, do what you do. But make sure you make it to that poll and make sure you get, that vote in there. We need to leave the clown show, circus show. We don't want to be 1939 Nazi Germany Jr. And that is exactly where we're headed, okay? I don't want to give the whole history lesson, but I might. I'm not going to give the whole history lesson, but listen, it's looking a lot like when Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany. We don't need it. We don't need it. And you don't want to be like waiting for the paddy wagons to come along and be like, oh my God, how could they do this? They told us. They told us. They're telling us. They're telling us. They're not even trying to hide it. So anyway, off my soapbox. I don't want to, I'll keep saying vote, okay? I'm going to keep saying vote. I'm going to keep saying vote blue. VP Kamala Harris, and put some respect on her name and her title. But VP Kamala Harris is the only candidate. I know there's a liberal person there, and I know that there's a Green Party person there. VP Harris is the only candidate who is qualified for the position of President of the United States of America. And I really, really, my wish, my hope, it's still my birthday month, okay? For my birthday. For my birthday, go vote Harris Walls. All right. So now that we have the most important matters, I'm sorry, I'm over here shaking my camera. Now that we have the most important order of business out of the way, let's catch up. So, like I said, it was still summertime the last time we talked. And so this is what it was, child. This is what happened, okay, in my nest. First of all, to be completely honest, off the top, I've really just been enjoying myself. I have been in my home having a good old wonderful time with just me, okay? You might remember from some of the previous videos that I talked about how the first 2 years of being an empty nester, I was dealing with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, just a lot of angst about, this new transition into a whole new phase. I was also having a lot of, I don't want to say anxiety, but just like, I was having a hard time, coming to terms with being in my 40s. And I don't know how to explain that. But now that I have turned 44, thank you. Now that I have turned 44, I'm like, honey, this is the bee's knees, okay? It's a good old time. And I have truly just been enjoying myself in my home to like the full extent of what I thought I was like. I'm enjoying it the way that I thought that I would enjoy empty nesting before I became an empty nester. Like, I hitting the streets, okay, we outside, we traveling, and I'm not even outside like I used to be outside, but I don't know. I'm just like enjoying what it means to be a single woman in her 40s, children grown, and being able to do what I want to do. And so I don't have nobody check into, okay, it's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and they show ain't got me. Okay, so I've just been having a good time and really enjoying my new home, planning, what I want to do in my new home. As you can see, there have been, some changes and decorating going on since we last spoke. So there's that. There's also the fact that I started a new job that I manifested, and I am really, really enjoying. Let me tell you, I'll do a whole video about the conundrum that brought me to where I am right now. But when I tell you, I'm truly blessed to have landed in the space that I have landed. And so it's great. I love it. I'm so happy doing what I'm doing. Because it's not a but. It has been difficult, right? So I've moved into a position that I've never worked in before. I am working in curriculum writing. I was teaching in the classroom high school health science. And so now I'm writing curriculum for CTE program. And so as much as I love the work that I do, it was a pretty hard onboarding process, and there are a lot of deadlines. There are like back-to-back deadlines that have to be met. And so I've just really been focusing on, getting the work done, learning what I need to learn, and making sure that I, do what I need to do before, what's the saying from the great debaters? We do what we have to do so that we can do what we want to do. And so that's the mode that I've been in. But honey, I done caught up. I figured this stuff out. I mean, there's still some work to be done, but I have my flow now. I feel comfortable with where I am. I'm on par with my colleagues now. And so we'll talk about work. I know in previous videos I've said that I'm not going to talk about work, and that was a little bit of trauma from before. And not that I want to talk about work a whole lot, because this is certainly not meant to be about corporate America, okay? This is about us, empty nesting, living a fabulous life in our 40s, okay? Being Xennial empty nesters and millennial empty nesters, and the life, right? The beautiful life that we are creating for ourselves as we transition through middle age and all of the things that come with that. So I promise I will do a video later talking about work, talking about how I found the work that I'm doing And I mean, it was a true manifest. Okay, honey, I'm working from home. They send me on trips. I'm having a time. I'm having a time. I love it. I love it. And also, when it comes to travel, I've been doing some work travel, and I've been doing a little bit of, my own personal travel, a little bit, but it's about to pick up. So we're going to talk about all the travel that's happening. It's just, things are good. Things are good. Things are good. I'm happy. I feel so much lighter. I don't feel that weight of like depression and anxiety anymore. But there's still work that has to be done, right? To make sure. So it's really just about taking really, really good care of myself. And that's what I've been doing since the last time we spoke. Speaking of caring for ourselves, caring for yourselves, listen. Once upon a time, I worked as a nurse. I'm still a nurse. I'm still licensed, okay? But once upon a time, I worked as a nurse. And as a nurse, when you're working as a nurse, you're an advocate. You're an advocate for patients. You're an advocate for your community, people in your community. You're an advocate for the most vulnerable people who find themselves in your care and those in your community. I'm sure a lot of you know me from the work that I was doing as a doula. And I was, providing doula care to people. I will not be talking about birth work. Let me just let you know right now. I will not be talking about birth work on this channel. But in that work, I never really called myself an activist. I think that's one of those things that, like, if other people see you as that, if like the work that you're putting out there looks like activism work and sounds like activism work and, shows up as activism work to others and they deem you that, then that's what it is. But I've never thought of myself or referred to myself as an activist. I just know that like other people have referred to me as that. Maybe I just need to own it, right? So anyhow, some of you know me from that, right? Working in healthcare, working in the community, specifically regarding Black women's health. And so that is going to be a lot of what I talk about on this channel as well. I had a minor... I did not mean for that to come out like that. I did not mean for that to sound like Kendrick Lamar. But I did have a minor health scare recently. And it was minor and it was, caught right away. I have a doctor that I'm brand new to this doctor, but boom, baby, that's my doctor, okay? Because he's thorough, he's paying attention. But it was a scare nonetheless, is my point. And so it just kind of, it woke something up in me. And that's also attributing to why I feel so much better now than what I was feeling in the past. And, just thinking about, I was like, yeah, I was, going through depression, going through anxiety, feeling that, but I'm realizing now that like everything I was feeling was not just the depression and the anxiety. And we're going to talk about women's health. That's what I want you to know. We're going to talk about women's health because, it's one thing to be in our 40s and fabulous and outside and traveling and here, there, and everywhere and creating this wonderful life. But if we are not taking really good care of ourselves and paying attention to our own health, it's all for naught anyway, right? So just know that that is what's coming. We're talking about travel. We're going to be talking about health. We're going to be talking about, I don't really want to talk about politics once this election is over. Unless y'all don't do what needs to be done and elect the person who is the most qualified. I'm not playing with y'all. The most qualified candidate for president. Like, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. So we really need y'all to get to those polls, take this seriously. You are truly, your vote counts. Your vote counts. Your vote matters. And anyhow, I don't want to talk about politics. You know, we'll probably talk about, we definitely gonna talk about this Diddy business, because but all of it relating to, you know, us zennials with the grown children, okay, out the house, doing their thing, creating their lives. Those boys have been so wonderful to me, okay? Bryce is doing amazing at the University of Denver. He's having an awesome season. I'm just like, there's not enough. I don't think there's enough. I don't know the word like beyond proud, pride. You tell me, put it in the comments. Give me one of them big old SAT words that I can start using, because I just go around telling everybody, I'm just going to brag on my kids. I'm so proud of them, and I am. And my son Jahari, the oldest one, the attorney, you know, I like to brag, doing his thing. They are doing such good work, and they're doing so good, you know, in their own lives. And I can only be grateful. I typically say I don't take credit, but I'm gonna stop saying that, because that's whack. Like, I take the credit, but no, I'm just very proud and happy to see them blossom into the men that they are becoming, and I couldn't be more proud. So yeah, that's what's been happening over here in the Xenn Den. And I'm going to be showing you my house stuff, because I'm starting to decorate. It's been almost a year. I moved into this house December 28th of 2023. And it is, so yes, it's been almost a year. And one of the things I told myself was like, we're not doing all the things at once. Like, give yourself a chance to live in the home, feel it out. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And so, like, the vision has come. I know I've got plans, honey. I done put some paint on the walls. It's cute. It's cute, and I'm happy. And so anyhow, if you are new to this channel, if this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Anya. I am your empty nesty bestie. I'm so glad you happened across the channel. Go ahead, hit like and subscribe if you like the things that you're hearing, okay? So that you can come back when we really get into it. Share your name in the comments. Are you an empty nester? Are you going to be an empty nester soon? Are you just like, girl, what is this? What What is this empty nest stuff? What are we talking about? You're welcome here too. I'm happy that you're here. And yeah, let's create these beautiful, wondrous, wandering lives together as we go forward. All right, nesties, I will see you soon. I promise. Sooner than later, I will not let the time get away from me again. I'm so glad you're back, and I hope to see you back again.
That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. Shit, that's my wave. Do it like that, then I repay. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my